Whakalofalahiatu, here is our news bulletin for tonight. The Department of Health has taken another step towards improving healthcare services in Niue with the launch of a National Health Assessment Report and the unveiling of new medical equipment donated by UNICEF. The report identifies the country's strengths while outlining key areas where health services can be strengthened.
Health officials, government representatives and development partners gathered for the soft launch of the Health Facility Readiness and Service Availability Assessment Report, alongside the official handover of medical and cold chain equipment donated by UNICEF to support the National Immunization Program. Officials described the event as a milestone in strengthening Niue's healthcare system.
This assessment is more than a report. It is a practical guide for action. It helps us celebrate progress, identify gaps, strengthen systems, and improve services for women, newborns, adolescents, families, and people with disabilities in Niue.
The assessment found that Niue has made significant progress in maternal and child health, recording no maternal deaths since at least 1987 and no newborn or under 5 deaths since 2012. It also highlighted strength in antenatal and postnatal care, HIV and STI services. However, the report also identified areas requiring improvement, including family planning services, safe delivery readiness, adolescent-friendly health services, disability-inclusive care, gender-based violence response, and supply chain management.
So the report highlights several urgent actions, and these include strengthening workforce capacity in areas of family planning, safe delivery, IMONG, cervical cancer screening, adolescent youth-friendly, GBV response, and disability-inclusive care.
The government has reaffirmed its partnership with the United Nations following the presentation of letters of credence by senior UN representatives. United Nations Country Team Director for the Pacific and UN FPA representative Bidisha Pillai and the new UN Women Fiji Multi-Country Office representative Alison Davidian formally presented their letters of credentials to Prime Minister Honourable Dalton Tagelangi on Monday. The visit marks the start of a joint UN mission to strengthen cooperation with Niue and support the implementation of the Country Implementation Plan 2025 to 2027. Discussions will also focus on climate change, sustainable development, and reviewing progress on national priorities. Communities across Niue are being encouraged to take the lead in sustainable development through the latest phase of the Global Environment Facility's Small Grants Program implemented by the UNDP. Government officials, community leaders, and representatives from the UNDP gathered for a workshop introducing the new funding round. The program supports community-led projects that address environmental challenges while creating social and economic benefits. Organizers say the workshop is an opportunity for communities to learn about available funding, develop project ideas, and build partnerships for future initiatives.
And so the purpose of the JES Small Grants Program, which is implemented in Niue but everywhere in the world, is the belief that when communities are trusted and resourced, they can actually make an impact that it's local, but then when you put all together, the impact can actually go to the global level to address some of the big challenges that the world is facing today, like climate change, pollution, etc.
UNDP says the program has supported 33 community projects in Niue over the past 20 years, with nearly $900,000 invested. The latest funding phase will make almost $700,000 available for new community initiatives, making it the program's largest funding round to date. Minister of Social Services, Honourable Rhonda Siakia, represented Niue at the Policy Dialogue on Shared Decision-Making and Women's Leadership in the Pacific, held in Nandi, Fiji on the 23rd and 24th of July.
Minister Siakia joined regional leaders and experts in discussing policy and legal reforms to strengthen women's participation in leadership and governance. The dialogue's outcomes will help shape a regional conference later this year and support long-term efforts to advance women's leadership across the Pacific. Losana Sunholo for BCN News.
Marine scientists are in Niue this week conducting the country's first underwater acoustics workshops, helping build knowledge of marine life through the sounds of the ocean. The 2-week program introduces participants to underwater acoustics and how the technology can be used to monitor whales, dolphins, fish, and other marine species. Researchers have already deployed underwater recorders around Niue to collect baseline data that will help scientists better understand marine life and support future conservation efforts.
It's a great opportunity to get data on what species are present 365 days of the year, and to get information on species which you don't normally see because they spend a lot of time underwater. So the humpbacks are very easy to see, spinner dolphins also at times, but there's probably animals coming in at night. There are lots of animals probably within a few kilometers of the coast here that we don't know about, and to get information on that could be really helpful and useful for Niue in the future.
The workshops are the first of their kind in Niue and are expected to provide valuable baseline information to support the long-term protection of the country's marine ecosystems. And that is our news bulletin for tonight. Don't forget to check out the La Capa Malelo Show Day happening this Saturday. I am Georgia Valiana. Good evening.